As a chiropractor, there are many ways to get the word out about your practice, and one great way is by speaking. There are many organizations and venues opening up and bring in speakers and trainers to educate their audience. And it's a great opportunity for you to be taking advantage of. This is Chen Yan, 6 and 7 figure practice makeover mentor at Filming Holistic Practice and Introverted Visionary, and your host of the Cairo Secure show today. So, today we're going to talk about 3 keys to booking more speaking opportunities and bring in new patients from that. So, how do you actually get your foot in the door? How do you end up being able to have uh, a way of where they would actually book you? Because you could be speaking in front of audiences that you can just show up and educate about chiropractic and how you can help without having to always be posting on social media or spending money on ads, which is really nice. So, if you have either never done speaking before or if you have before, how do you get back in the fold, or how do you get booked for your first or next talks? So there are 3 keys. The first key is to have a good angle of why a place should book you. So think about what is happening right now that's most relevant. Maybe because summer is coming up, and it's a perfect time to think about XYZ particular health issue. Maybe it's that the work that you do can help with long COVID. Maybe people are more stressed because of XYZ situations. Um, Maybe people are sitting in front of their computers more because of a lot more because of XYZ. And so think about why your topic you would like to educate people on is most relevant to them right now. The second key is to share why you are super passionate about this. So I think it's really easy to get really geeked out and excited about the clinical stuff and talk about chiropractic and how it can help from a clinical perspective. But when you can, but then you what you talk about might as well just be what other chiropractors talk about. Just imagine, even if, for example, a company hearing about yet another chiropractor interested in talking about posture or about chiropractic for back pain, right? It's like they might have heard that many, many times. So how can you stand out as someone that who is engaging and interesting, has a different perspective to share that's not just about chiropractic is great and can be helpful and for your health. So for share why you are so passionate about this. Share what your stance is. What is it that you truly believe about our healthcare system, or maybe about something related to health issues? For example, it could be a stance that you have about health issues, but it could also be we had a client of ours who feels that, so she actually helps people with weight loss. And instead of just saying, oh, wait, instead of just talking about why she cares about helping women with weight loss because it is so, it's just can make such a big difference clinically, she also brings up her stance about how she believes that this country would be in a better place if there were more women in leadership roles. And as such, one of the challenges, though, it is women many times have to juggle a lot of different things: family, kids, and work and business and or in their leadership roles. And it's tough to sometimes health can fall to the wayside, and so then women aren't available to truly be present and be really be the best version of themselves. And so that is what inspires her, and that is what helps drive her and that's what drives her to help more women be able to be healthy and be able to be strong leaders, because she believes that will really change this country for the better. And so, do you see how that might be perhaps even a little controversial, or that might be something that not everybody would believe, but that brings a fresh perspective to a what would be normally a very trite weight loss topic. So if you can bring that into the folds of the conversation when you're looking at getting booked for a speaking opportunity, then it will make things more juicy, and a host be more interested in booking you because you have a fresh perspective and not just the usual chiropractic can help. It's great with posture and that kind of thing. So the third key to booking more speaking opportunities and attracting patients from your speaking opportunity is to also have what's called a speaker one sheet. So many chiropractors don't have one or don't have a good one in place. What it is it's a essentially a business card when you speak. And so what should be on it, and how do you actually make it compelling so that the place who may be interested in booking someone would look at your speaker one sheet and think, oh, we've got to book this person. And so having a good speaker one sheet makes a big difference. When we work with our clients on this, that's something that we get in place, and it makes it so much easier. We've heard comments from our clients that it makes it so much easier to get booked for speaking opportunities. So the other kinds of key things that you'll need if you would like to not only educate people about chiropractic, but also to attract new patients to come from it, is having a way of not only educating but also inspiring them to become new patients, which is a completely different skill set. What we might normally think about when in terms of doing talks or educating is to it is very it's very different than being able to do both. And so, how can you be inspiring? How can you be educating? How can you be motivating so that the audience sees that there is a different possibility and they recognize that you can help? Because for some of you, um, also know having a good sense of where to get booked as well. So what are the best places to get booked at, where you will be more likely to attract patients from your efforts, and that really aligned with the kind of patients you would most like to attract. So that way you're not simply doing a lot of free public service and feeling like uh, how come people aren't coming to me? I'd really like to help them. So, for some of you, speaking in front of, and actually, what I'll do is I'll give you the top 10 best places of where to speak and get patients quick start guide if you want it. And you can go to introvertedvisionary.com/gift virtual. So you can go to introvertedvisionary.com/gift, GIFT virtual, and gift virtual. So you'll get the top 10 best places to speak and get patients quick start guide. So you have a sense of what are some good places to spend your energy, and so that you're not wasting your time on places that aren't really the best kinds of places. And then the other thing is, for some of you, it might actually make sense to, because have you ever thought about educating other providers, whether it's medical doctors, whether it's other holistic health practitioners, or conventional medical practitioners, nurses, physical therapists, and so psychologists, or about what you could do, because then they could be great sources of referrals for you. For our clients, many times we just get one main talk in place, one signature talk in place they can use over and over again in front of whether it's providers or potential patients. Because imagine if you had even 2 or 3 providers sending you 1 or 2 referrals a week, what would that do for your practice? And you don't need that many people referring, you just need a couple of people who are your biggest champions. But how would they find out about you? How did they get to that point where they feel like, oh, I trust this person to refer? So it all helps when you have a structure and a framework for how to educate, whether it's, for example, providers, so that they would be comfortable with sending you referrals. And then in that link that I gave you, one hot tip that one of our clients did was also, if this interests you, you could do it where you can interview another practitioner, whether it's a medical doctor or another kind of a practitioner, and that could be a start to a relationship. And so there's a template there as far as a script for what to say, and it's helped our clients with getting that conversation going in terms of what to say to during the interview. So, and that could be a first place of where you start that connection, and then you just need to have a system for getting things going so that the provider actually refers patients to you. So to summarize today, we talked about the 3 keys to booking more speaking opportunities and more patients into your practice so that you can educate more people about chiropractic and that they would know about you. And if you wanted the download, then free download, go to introvertedvisionary.com/gift virtual. And the 3 tips again are: number 1, having a good angle for getting your foot in the door. And especially why now is a good time to book you. Why not another time? Why specifically now? Number 2 is to share more about your stance, share about why you're super passionate about this so that it differentiates you from other chiropractors who have an interest in doing talks, differentiates you from other holistic practitioners who want to do talks in front of their audience too. And then number 3 is to have a good speaker one sheet that does the selling for you so that when they see it, they feel like, oh, I've got to book this person. And then additional tips that we talked about have to do with being able to have a signature talk in place that you don't feel like you have to reinvent the wheel, but you could use to educate people and inspire new patients to come from it. So do you have that in place? Do you know where to get booked? And if you'd like help with this, go ahead and reach out to introvertedvisionary.com and book a free chat to see how we can help you further. With that, until next time,